here. I am so glad you joined me today. Guess what day it is today? Ask Sharon Anything Day. So to all of you that are brand new to my channel, I want to thank you so much for stopping by, and I invite you to scroll on down and hit that subscribe button. It means you'll be a part of my tribe, girlfriends, and I'll just love you to pieces. And then you see the little bell next to it. Go ahead and hit that bell. It'll be notifying you of my upcoming videos, okay? Right now I film twice a week. Alright, my ladies, you know what Ask Sharon Anything Day is. It's about all the questions that you send in to me, and I answer all of your questions as honestly as I can. Alright, so we're going to go down the list. Man, do I have a stack of questions, let me tell you. Alright, the first question said, "Hi Sharon," and this is from Laura. "With glycolic acid, do you put it on a cotton round or just pour it in your hands and pat it on your skin?" Oh no, sweetheart. You definitely want to put it on a cotton round or a cotton oval and just wipe it all over your face, avoiding the eye area, alright? Just do your forehead, around here, your cheeks, your chin, and I would not go on your neck. To me, glycolic acid is a little too strong for your neck. Let's try some cacao oil or something like that, okay? Or let's just, you know, don't mess with it, okay? But not with glycolic acid for sure. It's a little too potent. But that's how you handle that. Don't put it in your hands. You're just gonna, you know, fry your hands. Now, swipe it on your face and leave it. Okay, my ladies. Thanks for your question, Laura. Okay, this pretty lengthy one said, "Dear Sharon, my name is Tina. I watch your videos all the time, and especially I love your Ask Sharon Anything days. I have a question to ask Sharon and would love to hear how you handle this. I'm in my 60s and still work in a mostly millennial office." Okay, good for you. "I'm the oldest employee and generally work with a group of young people from 21 to 55 years of age. Most are in their 30s. Age has never been an issue in my office, and every now and then someone makes a comment indirectly that makes me feel, well, kind of old. For example, 4 of us were standing and chatting the other day and mentioned that I went to Australia when I was 25 years old. And the guy who just started working with us said, "Oh, was that last year?" I went with his joke and said, "No, that was 2 years ago," and everyone laughed, ha ha ha. But it really bothered me. Maybe I am sensitive about my age since I'm a lot older than most of my younger co-workers, but I took that as very condescending. I work in a corporate environment and sexist or racist remarks would never be tolerated. Yet comments about someone's age are a joke. I take myself and take care of myself, and I think that I look a lot younger than my years. But it's like a slap in the face when in the middle of the conversation and out of the blue, someone brings up my age like that guy did. I never know how to respond and usually feel bad that I've let it just, you know, get to me. My friends are all over the board age-wise. How with my older friends, we just commiserate without, you know, aches and pains and joke with each other. When my younger friends, ageist remarks never come up. I guess that's why we're friends. Anyway, Sharon, I'm sorry for the long email, but I respect your advice and would love to hear what you have to say. Am I being too overly sensitive? And if you think these types of comments are inappropriate, please tell me how you would respond. I really look forward to your insight. Thank you, Tina. You know what, Tina? I don't know why you let that get to you, girl. I'm going to tell you something. I have been out there working with younger people my whole entire life. Being on the road, doing radio stations, doing TV. Everybody was young behind the camera. All the producers were young. On the radio, the DJs were younger, and I was not. Okay, and I'm still not. And I'm still working with younger people. The millennials are all over the place. But never but never have they ever crossed that line, you know, about my age anyway. I think sometimes that we get upset or nervous or go, oh my God, I'm working with all these young people and I'm so old. I think we get that in our head. See, I never think that way. To me, being 70 years old, I can run circles around these 20 and 30-year-olds. I truly can. No kidding aside. Definitely I can do more than they can, even though I pressed the wrong button around Christmas time. But you know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you let it bother you, then it's going to show. And when they make a joke about your age and say something like, oh, well, was that a couple of years ago? No, was that about a year ago or whatever he said? Say, well, how did you guess? You millennials are getting smarter every day. Just come back with something like that. You see what I mean? Because the millennials need to be put in place. They really do. They're kind of, you know, the millennials this day and time are kind of smart alecky. I've noticed that about them. They're, you know, they really think the poo-poo don't stink. But yet they can't make any money because nobody's paying what they thought they were going to make when they got out of college. So, hello. So they're kind of bitter a little bit, you know, and it kind of comes out and shows. But when they find someone more mature that's been in the working field this long, they wonder why and how are you still in this working field? We could have your job and be making your income. Do you see what I mean? Don't take this, don't be sensitive about this, and don't take it to heart. It's just ridiculous. Because, you know, they're silly. They're so young and dumb, you know, they got to grow up just like we did when we were young. We were dumb too and stupid and said stupid things, and you know, you just have to consider their age. And you know, of course, you know, I've never had anybody say anything to me, but if I did, I would stomp a mud hole in their patootie, because I would know exactly what to come back with and go, you know what I mean? But do not take this seriously. And personally, I think you're the bee's knees for being your age and still out in the working force. I pat you on the back. You know what? I have more clients that have already started retiring just because they could get their Social Security earlier in their 60s. Why? I mean, they're still healthy, you know. They can still work. Why not work? I mean, because the more you work, and I don't mean hours, I mean longer that you work, the younger you're going to be and healthier, I've been told. And I think being around the younger people makes you feel younger and keeps you going and keeps you more active. But I'm just saying, girlfriend, okay? But I know how you felt. But I don't lose it. Don't really lose it. Just kind of cut them down to size. Because if you lose it, they'll think it bothers you, that your age bothers you, and it shouldn't bother you at all. Hello, you should be so lucky to be your age and still working and healthy at that. Oh please, he's just a little smart aleck. You know how that is. Blow it off, girlfriend. It's just not worth the worry. And don't be sensitive about your age. Be proud of your age. I'm 70 and I'm proud. I'm as proud as I can be. I can kick butt all over the place just like anybody else. Let it go. Let it go, girl. Life's too short. Love you. Thanks for your question. Okay, and this is from Kate. Great video, Sharon. I really appreciate all the things you're doing with the skincare ingredients. Now, what about neutralizing glycolic acid after application? Some say yay, some say not. Just rinse well with water. Okay. Kate, I never rinse my glycolic off after I use it. Never. I put it on my cotton pad because I set aside Sunday for this, as I've told you guys. I just put some on my cotton pad, wipe it all over my face, let it dry, throw on some moisturizer, hook them up. That's it. End of discussion. Okay? End of treatment for the night. That's all you got to do. Put nothing else on top. Leave that glycolic there. Because it's not going to burn you overnight. When it dries, it dries. And then in the morning, you wash it off and do your morning skincare. No need to wash it off. It's okay. Everything's good. Just don't put, you know, Retin-A on top or anything like that, okay? Dear Sharon, my name is April. How much are fillers? Okay, well, it depends on what fillers you get. I am so excited. The FDA has approved 3 more fabulous fillers that are already out on the market. Boy, are they fantastic. Girls, I'm sorry, I'm telling you. This is going to be the biggest thing this year. Just everybody and their dog's going to have fillers. You know why? Because that takes the place of a lot of expensive skincare. It takes the place of most everything, okay? No facelift, no knife, no nada. I'm just loving these new fillers. But how much does it cost? It depends. Okay, me, let's say when I go in to get my Juvederm, and I get Juvederm down in my nasolabial lines right here. When I get that done, it runs me close to 500, okay, to go down in my nasolabial lines, as I recall. Yeah, about 480, close to 500 for that. But, you know, it'll last 10 months. What can I tell you? Okay? And then, of course, Botox are not fillers, so that's different. Now, if you get the Voluma or something in the cheeks, or if you get Sculptor, they're different prices. Usually it's $750 per syringe, and they'll always put one syringe here and one syringe here. But, of course, that lasts for about a year there. All right, so they're lasting a long time. Do the math. Divide how much, you know, it would cost you a month. Divide 12 into what, you know, what that costs, and you'll see. And in your case, for if you're just going down your nasolabial lines, you know, with some Juvederm or something, you know, divide, you know, 10 into, you know, 500, and then you'll just about see what you're spending a month on it. But I'm telling you, it's wonderful. It's easy. It doesn't move. Now, there's a lot of things you cannot do. You cannot microneedle. That's out of the question. You cannot use your jade roller right away, or your gouache stick, or any of those things, because you don't want to move the product around or break it down. There's no need to. You're all plump. Your lines don't show, and you're already fabulous. You won't need all that other stuff. You see what I'm saying? Bingo. That's where you save money. Okay. All right. Next question, girlfriends. Paulette says, Sharon, I had a mini facelift back in about 2007. It lasted about 7 years. I didn't like the look of my ears. It made me a little longer. It made you a little longer. Oh, okay. I don't know whether you had your ears done or not, but let me tell you, what's good to have your earlobes, because, you know, we've been wearing pierced ears for so long. Our ears will sag, our lobes, old age. You know, that sags just along with the face too, girlfriends. What I'm getting ready to do too when I go in for my fillers, I'm going to get a little filler right in my earlobe, because it'll plump it up and it won't look like it's hanging. Okay? It'll just, you know, kind of fatten a little bit up, and you need such a tiny bit, but it works, and it makes you look so lovely. And that way your earring doesn't, you know, droop down low, and you see that big hole, basically, you know, that's stretched out. But that's good for that. Okay, I mean, that's, fillers are perfect for your earlobes. Perfect. Thanks for your question. Okay, Sharon, my name is Carolyn. What is the point system that you referenced when you talked about Botox? I've never heard about this. Is it offered where you have the injections? Okay. The point system is the allergen company that puts out, you know, the botulism, the Botox. Every time you go in for Botox, you get X number of points. Okay, and it stays in your, you know, little online file thing with the allergen company. So they give you points. It's the brilliant, brilliant distinctions program. It's what they call it. And yes, it's like, I told you I was getting ready for my Botox soon here, and that I already had, you know, a bunch of points. I think I already had almost all the points I need to pay for this injection this time, because every time you get them, you get points that are stored, you know, on the site for you there at the Brilliant Distinction. So yeah, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything to join. Your esthetician, not esthetician, but the nurse or the doctor, whoever does, you know, your Botox, they will definitely tell you about the program, and you'll be signed up right then. Yeah, and you'll get points accumulated every time. And then lots of your appointments will be free because you have enough points to pay for it. Yay! See, there's a method to the madness. Works every time. Okay, dear Sharon, my name is Sharon. Have you heard anything about the PDO Threadlift? My doctor just started doing them. My marionette lines are horrible. Okay, I've heard about, yeah, believe it or not, the Threadlift. They've had a form of this out for years and years and years and years that would lift the cheek and do all this. But some of that was not too cool. You know, that lift was not natural, and the face would kind of get disfigured. This time, they've got the new Threadlifts in, and I'll tell you where I like it. They're putting it in the neck here and totally pulling this neck. Now, after it's been in there for, I forgot, X number of months, it dissolves itself. Then they can go and put another one in. It is fantastic. Listen, I had a girlfriend that just got that done, and when she showed up, her neck was so tight, I was so jealous. I mean, she didn't have this hanging. She didn't have any neck rolls. Nada. Nada. So that Threadlift, the plastic surgeon, did a beautiful job. Took him about 5 minutes. That's it. And so, yeah, the new Threadlift is really working. So ask your dermatologist about it, or your plastic surgeon, because I mean, it's in. People are standing in line for that right now. I can tell you that, especially for the neck and the chin, gobble, gobble, gobble. Yeah, it works. Okay, dear Sharon. Oh, you don't have your name. That's okay, baby girl. Hi, Sharon. I'm a brand new subscriber, and I feel lucky that I have found your channel. Well, thank you very much, sweetheart. I'm so glad you're here. You are one beautiful woman with such style, and you have an accent to die for. So I have a question for you. Have you ever traveled overseas? If yes, where and what is your favorite location? Sharon, I love you to pieces and blessings from Sydney. And you know what? I've been to Sydney too, girlfriend. And to tell you the truth, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. But I got to make sure I hit it the right season, because it's hot as the devil out there too, especially on the beach. But anyway, back to the story. I have traveled everywhere through Europe. The only place I haven't been to where I could get out and really walk around would be the Holy Land in there. And then, let's see what else I missed. Egypt, because I only went to one part, but I didn't get to really see the whole thing. Things like that. But yes, for the most part, my very favorite in the whole world, and I got to be honest with you people, my very favorite place is Italy. It just is. And I'm real partial to Venice. Totally. I have always wanted to retire and live in Venice. So, just saying. Okay? But I like France too. Just keep that in mind, okay? Alright. Now, thanks for your question, cutie pie. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for being part of my tribe. Okay, Sharon. My name is Gloria. And is that cute little batch of curls your real hair, or is it a clip-on piece? You know, Gloria, I have a lot of people ask me that because they can't understand how in the world I can have a side like this. But let me tell you, it is my very own. Yes, it is. And you know what I'm going to do for you guys? You know, I told y'all I was going to get a new hairstyle. Okay. I found 2 new ones that I'm going to go with. However, part of it has to grow out just a tad more, and the other part needs to be even shorter. So I'm kind of going for a different type of a style. It's taking some time to get it together, if you know what I mean, because I had to take time out, you know, mess with my health a while. Okay, so I'm still looking forward to that. But I want to show you guys, I get my hair done once a week, and I want to show you guys how long this piece really is. This piece comes all the way down to my tata. All the way down, that's how long it is, and it's very thick. Very thick. I have thick, coarse hair. I do not have thin hair. I have a lot of it. They have to thin it like crazy, no matter how old I get. It seems like I'm not losing my hair. Thank you, Jesus. You know, because I really like my long, thick hair. However, this is the only part that is long. That's all. If from here down to here. It's just like one long piece. And believe me, it's poker straight because I have thick, coarse hair. Alright? I'll show y'all that one day right before my hairdresser gets ready to do my hair. And you can see what I'm talking about, okay? Love you, girl. Okay, dear Sharon, my name is Donna. What eyeshadows are you using? I mean, you are really taking care of yourself and look fabulous. Okay, that was in my last Q&A. And you're right, I've kind of been sticking to the same for a few weeks. Yeah, this is my original Lorac Pro. And to be honest with you, I have been trying to get back to some of the neutrals for a change because they're fast and easy. I use the white here to wash all over my eyelid. I use the mauve for my transition line. And I use the sable in the outer corner. And believe it or not, that is all I use. And I try to stick with the white, you know, brush it kind of heavily for the eyelid. And then 1 week, I put the Milk Eye Pencil on with some more shimmer, kind of a shimmer color. I've been sticking a lot with the Urban Decay Basics, the original Basics. I didn't like the Basics too, the original Basics. So I've been trying to keep it kind of, you know what I mean, neutral and all for a while. Okay, thanks for your question, sweetie. I'm glad you like it. I appreciate it. Okay, dear Sharon. First of all, those lips. Thank you. What is that gorgeous color you have on? Secondly, I have been on the hunt for something to fix my neck. It's not too bad, but I saw a lot of sun back in the 80s and 90s. I got a couple of lines and some slackness. I have tried lots of different things, but my neck skin is not tolerating a lot of things, including glycolic acid. I came across CeraVe Estee cream, and yes, it's quite tacky, but once I put it on, I don't really touch my neck for the rest of the day, so it doesn't bother me at all. And I think after 2 weeks, twice daily application, I actually see an improvement in the suppleness of the skin, and if that makes sense. I will give it about 3 more months or so if I love it, and I will keep doing it. If not, I'm going to see about the malic acid you mentioned. Also, the CeraVe line is perfect for our bitterly cold winters in central Canada. It pairs perfectly with my Retin-A usage. Loved watching you. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Sweetheart, be really, really careful with the neck. The SA in the CeraVe is more of, you know, the salicylic acid. Gosh, I would like if you would try just cacao oil for a change. Nothing else on the neck, just a little bit of cacao oil and leave it at night. Wash it off in the morning. I would love to see you try that. And I would like to see you start off slow with that. Let's try about every 2 nights with a cacao. I think that is going to be better. If you don't want to switch from CeraVe, that's okay too. But I just want something a little milder. You see what I'm saying? You got to be careful with the neck, girlfriend. Careful. Okay, the lips. This is the same color I wore in the video you're talking about, and is Tom Ford Spanish Pink. The liner I'm using is Estee Lauder's Cafe Rose. All right. And thanks, I appreciate it, sweetheart. Actually, I need them plumped up a little bit. Maybe I'll get that done next time, too. Need a little plumpness there. Feel like they're going flat. You know me. All right. Dear Sharon, this is Andrea. Hi, Sharon. Perfect timing on the subject for me. Thanks so much. You're looking fab. Hope you feel well. Would you recommend for the beginning first time using the glycolic acid or the malic? Okay, I would recommend the glycolic wash for you for the first time. And Glow Products put out is Glow Beauty. It used to be Glow Therapeutics. And they put out a glycolic wash. I would like to see you use that. Now, I use that on Sundays. If I don't use my glycolic acid, I use my glycolic wash. Because you're rubbing it around for 67 seconds and you're feeling all the tingling going on anyway. It works just as good as my glycolic acid, and it's milder. You might want to start with that first, okay? I would really start with a wash first before I go in gung-ho with glycolic acid, because you got to be careful. Now, you know, of course, some of the best glycolic acid in the world is Dr. Dennis Gross. you know, pads. I mean, oh my gosh, they're to die for, and I love them and I use them. However, I don't want you guys to start with that. I've been using glycolic acid for 100 years here, okay? Well, not, you know what I'm saying, forever and ever. So I just don't want you all to just start off going gung-ho over that. It's too risky. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Dear Sharon, Bobby Lee here. Love the video and love the lipstick shade and nail polish shade. Please tell us what it is. Thanks in advance. You look better than ever. Well, I don't have that color on anymore. Right now I'm wearing my ombre pink and whites. They seem a little more neutral. You can see more of the white. You know, they bleed it in an ombre look, you know, with the pink. So I'm wearing this. The pink / orange, it was kind of a combination that I wore before. I do not know what color it is because it was a dip, and just like these are dip. So you might just go up there and look at the wheel. But it was more of a pinky orange is what it was. And it was kind of shocking for a little bit. I'm not sure I was really into that. It was almost bordering on neon. And I don't care for neon, okay? But, you know, you go up there and they always have all these suggestions and whatever, let's try something. But I'm really liking these. I really like, I haven't had a more neutral color in a while, so I'm kind of liking the French. It's the French ombre is what it is, the French ombre. And the whites are a little more dominant, and it just bleeds right into pink. It looks really nice and neutral. But thank you, darling. I appreciate the lips. I'm telling you, it depends. I either am wearing, I'm not sure what I was wearing that day, but I'm going to say it was either the Spanish pink or it was possibly pink in the afternoon, okay? And that one was by Revlon, and the Spanish pink is Tom Ford, okay? Okay, dear Sharon, this is from Kay. I always worried about all of this heart stuff like you're talking about. Did this run in your family? No, absolutely not. There is no one in our family that had heart trouble at all. There's Alzheimer's in my family. There's lung cancer in the family. No heart trouble. None. Zippo. I just overdid it, and I knew I did. I could tell I was on overload. You know, I have 5 businesses, and I was burning the candle at both ends, and I was operating off 2, maybe 3 hours sleep. That is all, for several months. And, you know, things catch up with you. You know, when you're just full steam ahead and thinking, you know, you're the jack of all trades, and you're just buzz, buzz, buzz. But they told me it was the anxiety and the stress. And it just went pop, okay? So now I know to cool my jets a little bit. And that's what they're having trouble with, is me cooling my jets. They say, oh, we need to put you on Zoloft. Not. I don't want any of that. It's bad enough having to take the medicine, you know, for the heart and all this. I mean, I take almost 30 pills a day. It's nuts. But I really don't want anything else. I'm, you know, really working harder with my meditation and other things. I'm taking more time out. So I'm hoping that'll do it. Okay, thank you, darling. I appreciate it. So, my ladies, that pretty much answered all the questions for today. I got to stop there because I don't want this video to be so long. You can't stand it. But I want to thank you so much for joining me. You know I love each and every one of you to pieces. All my new subbies. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you so much. I love you, and thank you for subscribing. And to all of my subscribers out there, I want you guys to stay sassy, classy, confident, and give me a big thumbs up on this video.